The Avashabedatoi is the love that Hashem had before the Bria when we were together. And the Lashon of the Rebbe is the love that was between us. Ben Yisrael Lavin Shabbat. Not the love that one had to the other and the other had to the one. It's the love that's in between. The love that's between Klal Yisrael and the Rebbeinu Shalom, Ba'ava Shebedatoi, before the Bria, is a love that we can never be masking. Only la'as and love, we're going to understand that love. But the Eibush to put in to the Oisis HaTorah and to the Taryag Mitzvahs HaTorah, he put in a love because he loves us so much. And in that love, he put it in a certain amount of love into each mitzvah. And dafka with a tzimtzum and a lavush, because that's Abba Shabiyamim, so that we should be able to find his love. So that means that when a person is misgaber on his yetzer, and he's kaifer his yetzer, and he reveals the Oisis HaTorah, what is he really revealing? What's the Oir Rav Mela'ela that he's revealing? He's revealing the love of Hashem that is in the Oisis HaTorah, that now, till now, they were concealed because they had many levushim and tzimtzumim, but now that he's unlayering these levushim and tzimtzumim, and there's Oir Rav Mela'ela. What's this Oir Rav Mela'ela? This Oir Rav Mela'ela, l'chayra is, this is my own shot, is the Abba Shebedas. He's letting light in from this light that was Gonos la'asud lavoy, that when they actually created the Bria, he said, Vayar lekim ki toiv. And the world is not right to be mishtamish with this light. But when a person is mizgaba on his yetzer, and his koifer his yetzer, and he reveals these Oisis HaTorah, and he brings new light, he's able to tap into this light of the Oir HaGonos, which is la'asud lavoy, which is really the Abba Shebedatoi that was before the Bria. And even though he's an Abba Shebiyamim, he's able to tap into the Abba Shebedatoi. So it's a murder revelation that the Rebbe is revealing to us in the mechanics of why, how does this work, that these Oisis HaTorah that are hidden, and when I find Hashem in my Yemei Ra, in my Aku, and I find Hashem in these places, what I'm really finding is Hashem's love. And what I'm really finding is that's the only way for me to come to self-love. Because when I don't find Hashem's love in the mundane things of the world, that means I'm really not loving myself. Because what is loving myself? What is lev esatzmei? What does it mean loving myself? How could one love himself? What does it mean love himself? Loving myself means I'm loving everything about me. I'm loving my challenges, my tivu, and my aku. I have gewaldig, Hashem gave me a great mouth. I love my mouth. I'm very grateful to my mouth. But in my mouth itself, there's a tivon and there's an aku. I hurt people with my mouth. I pick up people with my mouth. I hate hurting people with my mouth. Why do I have to hurt somebody with my mouth? It's a weapon instead of a tool to bring me close to Hashem. So when I'm going to love the fact that the Eibishter gave this to me as a gift and a strength, and it's made to be used only b'tivu, so I have self-love for the gift that Hashem gave me. The same thing, I have to have self-love for the aku that Hashem gave me. Hashem gave it to me I use it as a weapon too. And it's b'midosav, it's part of my aku. I have to love my aku, my krak godul shaloini. I have to love it.
So the question is, what is love? Let's understand the thing deeper, because, when it comes to a stender, like my stender example, you want to uncover the Oisis HaTorah. What's is it a stender? It's the one Ishmael. So can I love a stender? Hashem made. I'm loving Hashem. I'm not loving the stender. I'm loving Hashem. If I find myself correctly, because Hashem gave me the tools to use the stender, and that's how I'm uncovering the stender. So everything
now go internally.
Right now everything in me.
I'm loving Hashem that's in me. Is there anything in me that's not Hashem?
Oh, so I'm loving Hashem. So let's give an example. So when things are going good, and in reality, you constantly saying, Hashem, thank you for giving me this amazing kid. I got last night. I was by a house, and I came over to running over to me. I haven't seen this guy in 10 years. He says, Mendy, I'm telling you, you should check crazy nachas from your son bereft. He said, I'm telling you, I live 2 doors away from yeshiva. He said, I'm telling you, Benaz Durham, at night, he sits there for hours. He's learning. He's real. is I'm telling you, you don't see what I see. And this is a serious guy. And he says, I'm telling you, you have crazy, crazy access. So I called him, I thanked him. But my point is that, yeah, I'm thankful to Hashem. It's not me. I did nothing. Nothing. It's all Hashem who gave me. Okay, that I should have nothing. But now let's go to the negative. Let's say you have problems, whether it's a problem with a child or it's a problem with Parnasa as the biggest example, and a person that does not have a problem. You have to love Hashem for the good, for the bad. Is that, first of all, is that considered an internal thing? Everything is, in a certain sense.
So let's go back to Sifal for 1 second. I hear what the Rebbe said. Start of the Torah. I just saw this in Tzvi Cheshem, as a thing I saw by Tzvi Cheshem. That if the Rebbe says Haklal shetzorach levakei shalom, there's a klal. That means there's a prat. Every klal, any general rule has pratim. If it's general, there must be pratim. Remember, we learned this in Torah Yud Zayin. If there's a klal, there must be pratim. So what's the klal and what's the prat? So the klal is that I have to search for shalom, which l'chayra means searching for Hashem, right? That's what the Rebbe is explaining. And then the Rebbe explains what are the pratim. You know what the pratim are? The pratim go to everything. The pratim is every prat in the bria is a prat of this klal. The keves and the ze'ev are a prat. Nachman and Mendy are a prat. Nachman and Toibi are a prat. Nachman and Nachman are a prat. Mendy and Mendy are a prat. And the Rebbe is telling you, these are the pratim. The pratim are between Yisrael. It's interesting that the Rebbe didn't say Bein Anachman.
They're prat or they're midas?
What?
They're prat or they're midas?
A midah is a prat. Yeah, 100%. So the person internally has parts of him that he doesn't love. I mean, I see it clearly with myself. There's parts of me that I don't love. I don't love that I hurt people. I don't love it. It bothers me that I hurt people. I hurt people every day. I help people every day and I hurt people every day. It bothers me. I don't love that part. So the Rebbe is telling you, no. Under that place, there is Hashem's love. It's just when it's symptom. You're hurting. But if you can get to the Oisis at Torah that are underneath that, you're going to start loving your Akku. And your Akku is going to change. The Akku is going to change. You understand that the Akku is going to change? Your Akku is going to change. That's what the Rebbe is telling. That's the God. What?
I missed that one. I missed this one. You're telling me, you're talking about a bad meter. See, I didn't even get to that part yet. That's another level. Right. Before we get to the bad meter, let's say things are just not going the way it should go. You can't put food on the table. You come home, or whether it's bad, or you have a kid that's giving you torture.
Right.
It's just not going good. It's not that you have a bad meter.
Yeah, bad situation.
One second. So I have to find Hashem in that. So let's take one example of no panasa. And I have to say, I have no panasa. Obviously, Hashem is doing this to test me, to see if I'm going to be depressed, to see if I'm going to get angry. And I need to go through this journey moment, constant readers every day, on how I'm going to pass the test. You know, at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 12 o'clock, and how to now part of that test is to connect Hashem, like tefillah, daven, whatever it is, to overcome it. But while I'm going through that test, I'm allowed to want money. I'm allowed to, right? And meaning to say, because if you love the situation you're in now and you appreciate what he gives in, then in a certain sense, what do I need more? You know what I'm saying? If I'm thankful that Hashem has given me life and breathing and movement, and I can move my hands and this and that. Look at that guy; he's a billionaire. He can't walk. He can't this, he that. So you're finding the positive. You're taking a very, very difficult situation that people go through, and you're trying to take the light that, oh, I have healthy kids. That guy doesn't have a. You're looking for the positive to bring out the love that Hashem has for still not giving you money.
Correct.
So what I'm saying, you're tapping in and saying, because really you want money, and I think you should be entitled to want money, because if you don't want money, how are you going to do the things? But while wanting it, still love it. It's a very fine line.
I think you're asking a question. What I'm hearing is you're asking a question. How do I do this process of finding Hashem in my Aku? If I find Hashem in my Aku and I accept it, then I'll lose my rotzen to have anything else because I'm accepting it. That's the kasha that you're asking about. If I go into my Aku and I accept my Aku, but the only way to find the Toiv in my Aku is by accepting the Aku and accepting that the Aku is Hashem. And then, and how do I accept that? That's the Mizgab al Yitzrayim. That is the Kfiyas HaYetzer. That I'm conquering my internal desire. The Yetzer is, what does Yetzer mean? Desire. It's my Ratzon. It could be, that desire could be Ratzon, which would be Yetzer Toiv. The desire could be Taiva, which is Yetzer Hara. And Taiva doesn't just mean Znus. Taiva is Mammon, Taiva is Achila, Taiva is all the Taivas. If I accept that, like you said, I have no parnosa, and therefore I'm accepting it, then I don't have a Ratzon. I'm not going to have a Ratzon to make parnosa. So if I accept it, and I accept that Hashem gave me this challenge, and I'm going to find Hashem in this challenge, the only way I can find Hashem is by accepting that Hashem wants me not to have parnosa right now. So how am I able to ever make parnosa? I won't have Ratzon. How am I going to make parnosa? That's your question?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
So I think that this is the part that you're missing. Lizgaber al Yitzrayim. What does it mean that I'm kaifer Yitzrayim? What does it mean kaifer? Kfiyas HaYetzer. The Rebbe says later in the Torah, kaifer liboy ledata. What is Kfiyas HaYetzer? He says kaifer. We didn't learn it yet, but kaifer liboy ledata. He's conquering, forcing his heart to go and align itself with his das. So let's understand. The Rebbe says, and you'll see later, that the Rebbe says, leiv, the heart, all the midos and the yomim are where? In the heart. That's where it is. The place of emotion, the place of feeling, the place of tivu and aku is in the heart, not in the brain. The brain processes the feeling that the heart feels. And now I have a choice. I could connect to a higher power, which is the das, which is godliness, or I can connect to the heart. If I connect to the heart, then it's libi bershus. It's harishon libam einam bershusam. The Rebbe says it soon. The rishonim, the leiv is not in their heart. Their leiv is what's controlling. Their emotions is what's controlling. The Rebbe is telling you, understand your emotions that are in your heart. That is your tivu and your aku. Every situation that you're challenged with is a tibu and aku, and the heart is processing the feeling of what should I feel. If you have a handicapped child and you're born to process, to accept that place of handicap, the heart doesn't want to accept it. Why, Hashem? Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? Everybody else has healthy children. I don't. Hashem, why can't I have? Why can't I make $5 million like Mendy made? Hashem, why can all these questions are really who you angry at? What bothers you when you go down to the bottom line? It's Hashem. Because if Hashem is in everything, then in everything that happened to me, in every midah, whether it's internally, externally, or between somebody, it's really Hashem is there. It doesn't make a difference what the person is doing. It makes a difference that over here is Hashem. Every situation, nothing exists in the world without Hashem. So if nothing exists in the world without Hashem, so why am I feeling aku? Why am I feeling darkness? You may know, what is it? Says the Rebbe, it's just a challenge. This Yemei Ra can't exist without Oisis HaTorah that have Hashem's love in it, that you're concealing. And if you accept that this is, underneath it, there is Hashem, you're going to reveal new to Isis Torah. And when you reveal that Isis Torah, you're going to reveal Hashem's love. You're going to love yourself. Even if you don't have money, and maybe Hashem is going to give you money because it's all Hashem. It's not me. It's not my rotzen that's going to make money. Hashem is going to give me that rotzen. Why do I have that rotzen to make money? Not because I have more rotzen. And you need to accept. And that acceptance doesn't mean I'm going to not have rotzen. I'm still davening. I want money. I want to make money with you, Hashem. I'm going to love my aku together with you, Hashem, when you created me and everything that you created in me, my fears and my love and my passion and all the things that are in my midas, you gave them to me. And I'm going to love every midah, even though sometimes that midah is hurting me. Well, I came to another thing. A midah ra and a midah toiva. Is the midah itself ra or toiv? The midah is always good. Umidas yomai, it's always Torah. The levushim on the midah. That means the midah. Here, let Mata once said this to me, and again, I love it. Mata said that when you put on the gas and you put a pot on the top of the gas, you could put a pot of soup, put a pot of flesh, you could put a different pot. So he says when the fire that's under in the gas, it doesn't make a difference what pot you're going to put on it. It's going to it's going to heat up the pot. So whatever you're going to put, tray, say the same thing is with the midah. The midah itself that Hashem gave you has the ability always to put on a pot of soup that's going to cook good or to put on something bad. The fire, the actual thing that is there, the actual thing has the ability to go both ways always. So is the actual midah a bad midah? Is gevura a bad midah and chesed a good midah? No. Gevura is just as good as chesed because there's a power to gevura that's going to give me, the power to do good things that I need, to be gibur koyach, to be misgabar mayetz. Chesed is going to give me a power to do kindness. If I have a balance of the power of chesed to do kindness and gevura to be misgabar my yetzer, and I don't mix it up where I do gevura in my chesed, when instead of doing kindness, I'm going to say, no, I'm not doing kindness because of gevura. Or I'm going to do chesed in my gevura, I'm going to switch, I'm going to say, instead of being misgabar my yetzer, I'm going to go one time, just dance with the meilach a little bit, because I need to do it. So now I took the pot and I switched the fire. The fire is still good. The fire is pure. The fire is midas from Hashem Yisbarach. Some have more gvura, some have more chesed. I need to balance it. My avodah is to balance my midas in the proper place. That means if I got, so that means I don't love my midas. If I find my aku, I don't love myself because I only love when that midah comes into a good thing and it's beneficial for me. But when the midah is not beneficial for me, I don't love my midah. So that means I don't love myself. Says the Rebbe, if you understand that even your aku is Hashem, wherever you're challenged with an aku, there's no place that Hashem is not there. He's everywhere. But no, he's concealed. And the reason why you're challenged with this is for you to reveal it. And what are you going to reveal? You're going to reveal the love that's in these Torah. That's why that's how you're going to come to love yourself with Hashem, because Hashem loved you when He gave you the midah, because Hashem's love is in the midah, in the aku and the tumult. So when you start loving your aku, that when you understand that if you love your krak gadol sharaini, when you understand that I love the place, even my challenges, I'm loving you, Hashem, because it's you, Hashem, that gave it to me, then you can start loving yourself together with Hashem with more love, and that's how you get closer to Hashem, and you're actually making shalom in the whole world. And that's really what this whole Torah is about.
The hardest challenge that I still have with what they all say, and is the bad midges. bad midas, you're telling me I should enjoy the challenge. I should love the challenge.
I didn't say enjoy. The Rebbe doesn't say enjoy.
Not enjoy. Right. I changed it. I said to love.
Search.
To love.
Limtsoy is English. Search for it. Levakesh. A klal should tell levakesh shalom means the search.
So let's talk about anger. The person has anger in them. There's a lot of anger, like you said before, and it's a midah that Hashem gave you, that you have that strength of anger, the strength of anger, and ultimately you tend to, not you, but someone tends to use it constantly for the wrong things because he's losing himself. He's getting angry. He's angry. Could you use anger for a good thing?
We learned.
To be angry at somebody does a favor.
We learned in Torah.
Yeah.
I want to remind you. We learned in Torah. It says, "Aforas kas berachman." When a person gets angry,
so this Torah is very. We're up to the place where so you're telling me you have to love the challenge that you have, but you can't let you love the outcome.
How do you love it? You have to find the love. You have to search for it, but you have to. Yeah, but when you reveal it, that's what you're revealing. You're revealing the love, and when you're revealing the love, that's Hashem that's there.
Nachman, we're gonna, if you don't mind, publicly, we're gonna go into you. Okay, I'm gonna shishka you and chill. I'm gonna shishka you like the real shishka.
Right.
Nachman, shah. Let's go.
So what do I feel?
So you're scaring me, right?
What do I feel? What do I feel?
Anger.
Why?
Who is Andy Rubinstein? Who are you?
Why? What's the anger? What do I feel? I feel that I was belittled. I felt that the superiority is making me feel small. I don't want to feel small. I have the right to make myself small. You don't have the right to make me feel small. 1 second. Why am I feeling small? Why am I getting this challenge? What's the trigger of this challenge? This is my akku. This is my place of you cannot put me down. My father put me down my whole life. I can't be put down by anybody else. I ran away from that. You cannot put me down. No money in the world will give you enable you. Nothing in the world will give you power to put me down. I will not sell myself for anybody for putting me down. My wife, my children, my friends, my acquaintances, anybody in the world that puts me down, I won't stand for it. Why? Why can't I stand for it? Why? Because I don't want to feel that feeling. I don't want to feel that feeling. And I'm going to blame you for making you shishkin me. Wait a second. You shishkin me. I'm going into the place. Let me go. I'm going to go into the place. You shishkin me? Who the hell are you to shishkin me? I'm davening. You're Hashem's policeman. Who gave you the right? It says in halacha that v'goyer, but you're allowed to. I don't like that halacha. Hashem doesn't live in that place because you can't do that to me. That's what I'm saying. But what's my avodah? My avodah is when you shishka me, first of all, accept that it's not you. The feeling that I'm feeling of belittlement is a feeling that Hashem is making me feel this belittlement. And how do I find Hashem in this belittlement? How am I going to search for you? I'm going to look what benefits, what's the toiv. By me accepting it, I'm talking shul. I'm accepting it. I'm accepting it not because you told it to me, because Hashem told it to me. And I'm accepting that even if I made a mistake, you have the right to call me out because Hashem wants me to be called out over here. Because it's for my benefit for Hashem to call me out over here. So I'm going to let in Hashem in that place, and I'm going to see that, hey, look, this feeling of belittlement is going to be challenging me everywhere. And guess what? I reveal now the love of Hashem now in this belittlement. Now, can we always do that? No, because the natural instinct is because of each person, because of different reasons. To me, this is a trauma that my father put me down, and nobody's going to put me down. And now I'm starting to learn that, I could accept someone to put me down. I'm not telling you I'm always going to do it. I'm going to be. That means I'm not. I'm not finding, but I'm going to be aware that if I don't do it, it's not because that guy shishkin. I'm going to at least be aware. Okay, I couldn't be misgaber on it. I was not misgaber on my yetzer. My liboy and my das were not misgaber. My emotions overtook my das, which means I'm still not in the place of alignment of kriyas hayetzer. And in Mela, I'm not doing the Malach Hashem's focus. I'm not boining Torah, but I'm doing the opposite. I am being boining the Sidracha. I'm putting more levushim and more tzimtzum on Hashem's light on the place of this guy shishkin me and shu.
But I don't hear the love.
Oh, what the love is that Hashem is loving me here. The love is that I found that the emes, this is, if I'm misgaber on my yetzer, I'm going to see new love, new light, that Hashem is loving me. Hashem is loving me because he's bumper cars. He's guiding me here to improve myself and accept the place of
So the love is the after effects, you're saying?
No,
Like
the love is what I'm finding. How can I overcome this? Because I'm finding that you're loving me right now. You're not
small. Yeah, you're not small.
This fact that you made
not
me
small
is a love. It's your love to me.
No, maybe differently. You're not small.
But
how could you get small? If you love Hashem and Hashem loves you and there's a mutual love, then you're not small. Then
Okay, but Hashem wants me. The only way He wants me to find His love is by feeling small. That's what He wants. He wants me to feel small, and I'm not accepting it. So if I feel small, I'm going to connect to His love. It's the only way I can connect. And then you tell me afterwards I'll feel big. I think you're going to feel smaller, but not smaller from that guy, smaller from Hashem, because you're going to tap in. Listen to this. Let me finish this thought. You're going to tap. What am I actually doing when I'm accepting that? Is I'm tapping in to the Avash Abadas. I'm tapping into that pure love that was Koydem Abriya. So I'm tapping into Hashem's bigness. So I'm even smaller. But I'm different type of smaller. I'm not smaller because Joe Kessner cursed me out and shishked me. I'm smaller because Hashem made me feel smaller so that I can be smaller in something much bigger. Here, I'm smaller between me and Joe Kessler. But if I go into this place, I'm going to be smaller into such a bigger thing, and that is love. The ultimate love, the love. What are we searching for? We're all searching for love. We're searching for love. That's really underneath every aku is love. The aku means I don't have love. The timu means I have love. The Rebbe is telling you that you know what's in timu and aku. And midoisav, mayroisav, and ben Yisrael. Love is there. You want to be loved, you can find love by searching for peace.
So now you're at the position. You're in this shul that was packed. You got screamed at. You got belittled, and you got red in your face. Shemaka red. And you kept your mouth shut, and you got very small, and you found love, and you didn't respond.
It's not about not responding. Not about not responding. It's about finding Hashem. It's not about my action. It's not about my action. It's about how I got to that action. Yeah, of course you want to shut up. But you got red and you got this. But did I take all of that and connect it to Hashem? Did I take that thing and say, Hashem, I know it's you. And even though I'm getting these bizyonis and it's hurting me, but I know it's you. But that means I didn't find it yet. I didn't find His love with it. If I really found His love, I would be dancing every time you spit on me. Yeah, give me more bizyonis because I really feel His love. I feel that every time you spit on me, Hashem is loving. But it's a process.
But why? Why did Hashem have to make you feel small? I think the work is slightly different. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that we all have done affairs in our lives, whether it's this Gilgal or previous Gilgal. And we're here to cleanse ourselves. That's the ultimate understanding. So anything that happens, whether it's with parnasa, whether it's a challenge, whether it's taking out the wrong coin from your pocket, like we use as an example. They're all challenges that you did something wrong, so now you have to take out the wrong coin, or you have to, in a bigger, shift it and be made small and constantly, because you cleanse yourself. And I think the part, and that's what I'm saying is, I think the part is that until you overcome that midah, I'm saying specific midah. It's interesting how I'm saying it now, because you went and had a problem, like for example, some people in their lives, they know exactly where their ultimate challenge is. It's anger, and you overcome that at any point of your life, and you start belittling yourself. You might need it 10 times, you might need it 20 times, but eventually it's going to go away. It's not, you're not even going to feel small anymore, because you're going to overcome it.
Why? How are you going to
So it's a
overcome?
cleansing.
How are you going? What's the mechanics?
Because ultimately, if you do underneath see the Isis and connect to that love of Hashem, you're never going to feel small. You're not going to.
The Rebbe is telling you differently than what you just said. The Rebbe is telling you that the key here is not from the place of consequences. Not the key here is the love. I'm not coming because the reason why I need cleansing is because Hashem loves me from my Averis, from his Gilgul, but not because he's punishing me. You understand?
Yeah. I'm asking.
Okay. Okay, so if that's what you were saying, then yes, 100%.
Of course, 100%. And that's why I say always when a Rebbe, when the Rebbe used to patch back in the days, talking about not like 20 years ago, 100 years ago, it was a patch out of love to make the kids better. That's my guess. 20, 30 years ago, when the Rebbeim patch, when we were kids, it was coming out of, not from a place, it was coming more out of anger. Yes. It's the position. Yeah. It's the position of what it is.
Yes,
they were bunny full of. They were bunny full of
exactly
love.
What you're saying, Mendy. It's the position.
Right.
Listen to your words. What you just said. It's where am I? What's my position? That's the whole. Exactly. The Rebbe is telling you. And by the way, just something beautiful that the Rebbe says. Levas Hashem b'chol makom. The Rebbe keeps telling you, Shebimkoimai ein alakim. He brings makom. Where does makom come into this whole thing? If you're talking about the midos and the zman, that means yom is a zman and a midah, then where does makom come into play here? Well, where is place coming into play? It's been bothering me the whole time, and you just said it, and I just chap that this could be what Hashem is, what the Rebbe is saying. That the midah is the midas that Hashem created the world with, which is the Torah. But my position, where am I in my tivu, in my aku? That is, I need to come to find shalom, and maybe this is the connection of shalom and ava. Ava is in the Oisis HaTorah that gives existence to everything, whether it's internal, external, or between people. But the place, that's the part that I'm in control. The makom, my position, the only thing I'm in control of is makom. So if I can find peace in the place of my aku that I'm challenging right now, then I'm going to find the midas, the love, and the zman that are in that place. But if I'm not letting myself, and I'm saying, no, I can't let go of this. I can't let go of this thing. Why? Because if I let go to this thing with this guy, I'm screwed. He's going to take advantage of me. But if I position myself in this place and I say, I'm ready, that means I'm ready to accept that makom. I'm ready to love shalom in every position. No matter what position I will be put in, I'm going to love the peace that's in that position, which means love the Oisis HaTorah. Why? Because that's the love of Hashem that's there. It's an unbelievable revelation that the Rebbe is giving us of a tool of how we can really, when you understand that these are the mechanics, and you remember them, and you process them, and you have his bodies on them, and you beg Hashem for it, that I should be able to use these tools, the Torah and the Tzaddikim, to be able to find you and love you in every single place, and find your love in every situation, and the midos of and ben Yisrael. That's taka when you're going to bring the gilui of l'azid lavai, the oir, the real love, the real avash b'dati that was l'azid love, that's going to be l'azid lavai, and I can live my life with the asagas of l'azid lavai and tap into this avash b'das and live the life of l'azid lavai in this world. And that's why it's asidim tzadikim maharis be'etzba zeh Hashem kivinu loi, because they already tasted the avash b'das in this world. So when they're saying, this is Hashem kivinu loi, this is Hashem that I was waiting for, what's the zeh? This love, this connection, I found that already in this world. I can elevate myself in this world to feel the avash b'das that Hashem has for me, even though I'm going through this world, and dafka, when I'm going through this world, whether it's business and taiva and l'shoynis ha'akum, and anything that this gashmi is to. The Rebbe is telling you how to live the life of la'as and loving in this world in your challenges. Because in your challenges, there's Hashem and there's His love. And if you position yourself in every position to find, to search, to look for this love, look for this light, you're tapping into the Oir HaGonos, which is the Avash B'date, which is the ultimate redemption. And that is when I make $5 million and I feel Hashem's love in the $5 million, and I feel Hashem's love and my salary that's taken away from me, I'm connecting to the Oir of La'asid Lavoi, which is way bigger than 5 million and a half a million. It's much, much bigger. And that's ultimately where we want to get to. The reason why I want 5 million is because I want that love. The reason why I have a rutzin for that is because I'm looking for love. Says the Rebbe, if you're looking for love and you look at it in every situation, you're really going to feel love. Not you're going to have a temporary fix that's going to give you today love and tomorrow again you're searching again. So going back, if you want to go back on the other guy, he's in way more looking for love than me. And that's why he's so hungry. And everything that he's doing is because he's looking for love, and he's not letting Hashem's love in this place be his love. He's letting himself be, he's convincing himself that this is how he's loving us. But he's not looking for Hashem. So anyway, this is mamish, I'm telling you, this Torah is like unbelievable. And let's just learn to see above inside. I think there's a big revelation.
You want to see above.
Now the Rebbe is telling you that even in the midas itself, if you have two midas, that's one above and one below, compared to the one below, the one above is das to the one below. Correct? If I have two midas, one higher than the other, so the higher midah is das compared to the lower midah, even though lagabe this midah, it's avash b'yamim, but over here it's das, because since it's higher and he revealed Hashem's love, so he revealed another madrega of das, of avash b'datoy, lagabe this guy underneath, which is still an avash b'yamim, even though his level is avash b'yamim, lagabe a level and a higher than. You getting it? So the Rebbe is telling us, even in the midas itself, when a person has two midas of tivu and aku, my feeling is, by the way, that the tivu and the aku is in the same midah. That means we all have the midas. What's the midas? The midas is the midas of Hashem, which is chesed, gvura, tiferes, that's we all have those midas. So the midah itself is Hashem. It's chesed. It's when we use the midah in a good way, and when it doesn't make a difference. It's the same thing. In other words, whatever I'm doing is it's how I'm behaving.
As example, let's go back to anger. You're saying you could control your anger.
Where's anger? Like we started saying before that anger is. The Rebbe said anger is power. It's gvura. The Rebbe said in Torah Yud Ches. And the gvura, you need to be a manik. If you remember, the Rebbe says, if you are first kas barachmanos, what are you supposed to do? Take your anger and turn it into empathy. When you turn the anger into empathy, So what stays? You still have the what was feeding the anger was power. And that power gives you the power to lead, because a leader needs Rahmanas. But the Rahmanas comes from anger. You understand? So where do I come to Rahmanas? I'm angry at you. But if I realize it's not you, it's really Hashem, then you're a Rahmanas. So if you were able to do that, you have to, and leadership comes from seeing the Rahmanas. If you can't see the empathy in somebody, then you're not a leader. You remember this? We learned this in Torah. Anyway, the point is, yes, anger is a midah ra that is coming from a place of a midah that's Hashem. Which is the midah? Gevura. Anger comes from power. Anger comes from gevura. So it just means that I used gevura in a wrong way. I didn't balance gevura in the proper way. I need gevura to be mizgaber on my yetzer, but I don't need gevura to hurt somebody or to be angry at somebody. So how do I convert that anger into kindness? The Rebbe says with Rachmanis. But the point is, the etzem midah, every midah that a person has, the etzem shayrish of the midah is Hashem. He's using it, and he's being challenged to use it in a place where he doesn't see Hashem, says the Rebbe. But if you understand that in the midah, and that's why, so why? Because the love of Hashem is there, and you didn't conceal it. But through Kviyas HaYetzer, you're going to get to see it, and you're going to get to build a new Torah, and you're going to come to this love and be able to love Hashem together with yourself. Love Him, He'll love you, like all the Lashonis of Abba that the Rebbe says. So the Rebbe is telling us that this whole revelation that I told you till now sounds like I'm talking about abstract things, because I'm talking about Abba Shabbatate, which is something you can't touch. We said, Ein Adam Yochel Lahasi, but says the Rebbe, understand that Be'etzem, the Das that I'm talking about is in every midah klapi, the midah that's underneath it. In the midah itself, that means I have the midah that's giving me a tivu and an aku. The tivu is das klapi the aku. My tivu is the das that's more the das compared to my aku, to my niduga madrega. That's what I understand.
My tivo, wow, one second. Give me an example. Let's say,
This example is what you're going through right now.
No, I don't want to go.
And you aku, but go there. I know you don't want to go there, but go there for a second. I'm not going to the place. Is the tivu and the aku? So is the tivu das klapping the aku? That's all. Without going into I'm not going to the problem, but the tivu.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, but that's I think an easier example. But you tell me every midah, in every situation, everything, there's a
tivu and an aku. What's the tivu? If I'm angry right now,
you're saying no. So
but if I'm playing Itzray, I'm going to see the tivu.
One second. So you're saying in any situation, anything I see with my eyes, right? So I see a standard, back to standard, right? So that's right now a tivu, and I'm bringing it into an aku. Is that what you're saying?
There's tivu and there's aku. Standard could be used Torah. The standard could be used for schmutz. What do you mean? I could. You want to give you scenarios of the standard?
But I guess maybe I'm not understanding the whole thing of Tiv and Aku. I thought Tiv and Aku is more internally. That means be satisfied internally, be content inside versus be shalom with Nachman Fried.
No, Tivu and Aku means either internally my feelings, my emotions. I have
content.
I have a good emotion, a feeling of love emotion.
Right.
And I have a feeling of anger emotion. There are two different emotions that I'm feeling to the same person. Sometimes it could be the same person, or it could be myself. I'm angry at myself.
So for example, you get shishkid. Internally,
I feel small.
I see the guy. But there's an internal feeling, an outer feeling. The internal feeling is what I feel. Like I could be quiet and this and that, but I want to punch him, but I'm not quiet. Like we learned in a different Torah. About we want to learn Torah about whether you got to keep it in, keep it out, scream. You remember that? I remember
yes.
Torah.
Yeah. What are you saying?
But and then there's an outside is is I have an option now to say I'm sorry, I apologize. That's more, that's the difference. It's more of a communication with the person that trusted me. I could either scream back at him, which is an outer feeling of anger, or I could say, "You're right, I'm sorry," and that's what I'm saying. There's an internal and an external. That's how I understood it always.
Yeah, but you're not defining the internal. The internal is I have a positive feeling that's giving me
Or
positivity and positive energy.
or negative.
And I have a negative feeling that's bringing me
Right,
down,
yeah.
bringing me negativity. So the Rebbe is telling you that really, really, in your negativity feeling, if you search in that aku, you're going to find Hashem there. So but I don't feel Hashem right now because I feel negative. I feel angry. The guy shishkin me. Let's go over there, okay? So now my tivu, that I'm loving you right now, because I was talking to you when the guy shishkin me. Why did I talk to you? Because I love you. So I'm feeling positive energy with you. Comes Joe Kessner, and he makes me feel small. Now I have negative energy. That positive feeling that I felt with you is das compared to the negative feeling that I feel with Joe. Because it's positive. So this is negative energy, and this is positive energy. Positive energy towards negative energy is more das. That's what the Rebbe is telling you. It means more das. Why is this positive? Because I have a clarity between me and you that there's a love between us, and that why it was a positive energy. I spoke in the middle of David. Says the Rebbe, search in your positive and see if you found Hashem. If you were talking about davening, did you really love Mendy? Is it really positivity? Search for Hashem betivu and search for Hashem ba'aku.
You're saying a bit, right? I think a big chiddush. I'm saying a big chiddush. It's a twist.
This is how the Rebbe is talking to me.
Right.
I'm seeing this as my challenges. I have in this situation. I have a challenge in my tivu and a challenge in my aku. I'm always being challenged, and I have to find Hashem in both because my tivu just means there's more light than darkness to me, and my aku means there's more darkness than light to me. So that says the Rebbe, if you look for the light that's in the darkness, and you look for you sift out the darkness that's in the light, in my tivu and my aku, and how do you do that? By finding Hashem everywhere and knowing that He's Malach Alor's Kavodah, and that even in the negativity, He's there. So now I converted my negativity to a tivu, and I converted my tivu to a healthy tivu, and now I'm challenged with a new tivu and a new aku. That's the avodah that we're on this.